Hello, welcome back. So I'm gonna do a get ready with me. It was requested a couple times on Instagram because I bought this little beauty, the Viseart, I don't know how to pronounce it, Grande Pro Palette Volume 1, and it's all matte shades. It's a really nice palette. I like how the packaging feels. It feels just so soft, like butter. Anyhow, I've used this quite a few times already. I like it. It's a great addition to any collection. It's got a ton of matte shades in it. Really super pretty, as you can see. Yeah. I've used quite a few already. I've done some purple and some brown. It really is a very nice palette. The only thing is, and I had to disagree with Sam on this because Sam from Pixie Woo was the inspiration behind this purchase. She used it and she didn't have any fallout, and I guess maybe I should probably tap my brush more than I do. Sometimes I don't even tap my brush, but I did have some fallout, and it says right on the box here, highly pigmented, smooth, homogeneous texture, easy blend, no fallout, long stay. Everything is true other than the fallout, but to me, that's not really a big deal. The colors blend nicely. Sam is up here. The colors blend nice. They're very well pigmented. I like it. I think it's a really great palette. So I'm gonna do something, I think, using that. We're going out to dinner tonight. I don't know where we're going, probably nowhere special. But I figured that I would throw a little something on. I haven't been feeling too good lately. And last night, no, I'm not flipping anybody off. Last night, I got bit by one of the dogs. I don't know which one it was because it was a fight. I didn't try to, how do I put this? I didn't get in the middle of a dog fight. I was trying to prevent it from happening, and while I was trying to prevent it, it just happened. I ended up in between both dogs. I was on the floor trying to hold Sam, trying to push Dean. It wasn't working. I got bit. So hopefully it doesn't get infected. It's a pretty good bite. I took pictures and put it on Instagram. It doesn't look that bad on Instagram, but in real life, it's really very ugly. It's this whole part of my little finger. It's just like, it's kind of gross. Anyway, so there's that. That was a lot of fun. That happened last night. So, and it's amazing, just the loss of one finger, and especially your middle finger, how you just don't, I mean, I've hurt myself a million times. I've hurt my fingers a million times. I've had stitches and all that, but you forget until you lose the use of one of your fingers. You forget how much you use one. All right, let's do a little bit of base, shall we? Oh, I wanted to tell you guys about this. So I bought this downtown from the Paris Market on Broughton Street. I really, really like that store. Anyway, I don't normally buy perfume. I'm not a big perfume wearer, so I don't have a lot, but this scent was just speaking to me. I don't even think you can get this anymore. I don't even know how the store ended up with this, but it is US Apothecary Elderflower and Vetiver perfume. And I think this is, what's the name of that store? I can't remember. Anyway, this is what it looks like. I actually went online to see if I could find more of it because I just like the scent so much. Because this was actually the last bottle that they had at the store, and I asked the lady how often they get this in, and she couldn't tell me. So I'm pretty sure this is kind of like a one and done for me. But if you could find this, it smells so good. I just really, really like the smell. I don't even know what the notes are, but it's just beautiful. Okay. We're gonna get started. I hope everybody had a nice Christmas, a nice, safe, happy New Year. We actually had people over this year on New Year's Eve, which we haven't done in a very, very long time. It was fun. And I hardly ever drink. Actually, I haven't had alcohol in a couple years. I'm not a big drinker. I was a little bit worried about drinking too much and ending up drunk or too buzzed to enjoy the night, but I drank slow and I did really good. Didn't wake up with a hangover or anything. And I'll tell you one thing, what's really strange. Wyatt didn't actually come outside at all. We were all outside. It was really warm that night. But we were all outside and Wyatt stayed inside playing games. Didn't care about New Year's Eve at all. It was kind of funny. But it's really weird drinking with your kids. Like TJ is 21. Tyson's still underage, but he was at home with us and he's married. If you're married at a young age, are you still considered, and I don't know, and I'm being totally serious, are you still considered a child, right? Or underage? I don't know. But him and his wife, yeah, that's something else I didn't tell you guys. Tyson got married earlier last year. I don't really want to talk about it or get into it, but I might as well tell you guys because I just realized I said his wife. Anyway, they were drinking a little bit, but it was fun. But it's weird drinking with your kids. Because in the back of your mind, you're like, okay, I'm still a parent, but my kids are old enough to drink. So it's just, I don't know, it was weird. It was kind of weird for me. All right, I'm gonna set these eyes. I'm gonna use this color right here to set. I wanted to do something with my hair, but I was just having difficulty because of this finger. So it's just back in a ponytail. Not that I ever really do my hair for videos. You guys know. It's usually in a bun, right? Or a ponytail. I did plop some earrings in though, so that I don't look like too much of a slob. All right, I think I'm going to use the colors in this row right here. If you're not good at coming up with color combinations, the nice thing about this palette is all the colors in each row work with each other. So you can combine those to come up with a look. So that's really nice about this palette. It's really hard to sit here and concentrate on filming because my husband and my son are working on something in the garage directly below me, so I can hear everything that's going on. All right, I'm going to start with a little bit of eyeliner. I think I'm going to do something on the smoky side. So this is an eyeliner that I got from MAC a long time ago. It's called Raven. I don't think they make this anymore. It's a limited edition. So find yourself it's kind of like a purple black. Can you see that color there? Kind of like a purpley black, kind of like a metallic purple black. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to apply this to the lash line and then I'm going to smudge it. And I'm going to smudge it using this dark color right here. This doesn't have to be neat, obviously, so just get it on there. I bet you NYX sells a color similar to this, or maybe Urban Decay. I hope you guys can't hear that. It's so loud. I'm gonna use this little Real Techniques brush, Instapop crease brush. It's got like a little bit of an angle on it, as you can see. I'm gonna use that angle, go right into that purple, tap some of that off, and I'm gonna start smudging. Just softening that up. Kind of been on the Sam bandwagon lately as far as makeup goes. The one thing that has been going on with makeup lately is that it is so completely and entirely neat, very precise, you know, very sharp lines, especially with everyone doing this cut crease. And so, it's kind of nice to, I don't know, give yourself permission not to be so neat about your eye makeup. And so I was watching one of her videos and she said something about how Instagram makeup is and how things have changed, and I don't know, I tend to agree. Now don't get me wrong, I do like very neat looks and precise looks. I spend a lot of time blending and whatnot, but it is kind of nice to just sort of slap it on. All right, I'm gonna work on my crease. I'm gonna just let this sit for a minute. I'm gonna take this color right here. My finger is really hurting. So I'm really working the color in this inner corner. I'm finding lately that my eye shape is changing yet again. It is becoming a little more hooded. I'm going to bring that color all the way down. I'm going to lift up out here and press the color in. And this is a Morphe M514, or if you have a Mac 221, that would be a good dupe for this brush. The 221 is actually better because the bristles aren't quite as splayed. I really had to shape this while it was drying. So, because normally if I don't and it dries, the bristles are just really super splayed. Alright, then I'm going to go into the lightest shade in that row. And I'm going to use this brush. This is another Morphe brush. It's an M507. And I'm just going to press this onto my lid. I know it's kind of out of order maybe for some of you, but I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do until I got started. I'm going to go back into that crease color. Just added a little bit more eyeliner to the outer corner, just to darken the outer corner up a little bit. I'm going to go back into that darker purple color, and I'm going to use a really small brush and put this in the outer corner. At first I wasn't going to do this, but I kind of feel like I have to, because I created a shape with my eye, with my lid I should say, and I feel like it's pulling my eyes down, so I need to lift them back up. I'm going to use a little brush like this, dip it back into that eyeshadow, and just lightly pull it through the crease, but I'm not going to go all the way over. I'm just going to stop it about a quarter of the way through. And then just slightly bring it up, just a little bit. If you want to, you can always take some eyeliner and smudge it onto your lid if you want to. Now I'm taking that original brush that I used for that first crease color, and I'm just going in this outer corner to blend everything. Make sure there aren't any harsh lines. Okay, I'm going to move on to my face, and I'll come back to my eyes in just a few minutes. This palette really is very nice. If you can swing it, get it. If you're into matte eyeshadows, definitely worth the money in my opinion. It is a little bit on the pricey side. It's $150. I know some of you are probably like, holy crap, never in a million years, but I always make myself feel better about buying expensive stuff when I use FlexPay through Beautylish. No, I am not some kind of Beautylish ambassador, or I'm not getting paid to say that, but it's a great way to get expensive stuff. Kind of makes you feel a little bit better about spending $150 on an eyeshadow palette when the payments are broken up into 3 of 50. It's great. Face. What am I going to do with my face? I think I'm just going to go really light with the foundation. I'm not going to go too heavy today. I'm going to use face and body. Don't mind my nose here. Over the weekend I had a serious problem with my nose running. And I was wiping it so much that I ended up with a ton of dry skin right here. So, you know, that's always attractive, right? I'm gonna use a little bit of primer. This is the Benefit Pore Professional Primer. I'm gonna start in the center part of my face and work it out. My stupid camera just shut off. I am going to use a little bit of a color corrector. This is just from Hard Candy. I really like this one because it's light. This one is called Neutralizer. If you have a lot of darkness here, this won't work for you. It's very sheer, but for me it's kind of just enough. I've got 2 other correctors sitting here, but if you have a lot more discoloration, these LA Girl color correctors are really nice. All right, I got a new tape shape tape. I knew that didn't sound right. Just kind of going light on that today. Don't really feel like I need a whole lot of concealer. All right, I'm gonna set my concealer, a little bit of Laura Mercier powder. I have a new powder that I got in my BoxyCharm. Where is it? I don't even know what I did with it. I used it a couple times and I wasn't, I don't know. I didn't really like it. I don't like it as much as the Laura Mercier. I'll probably use it just because I have it, but it's not my first choice. I'd really like to get another container of the NARS powder because that one was my favorite. But I want to use this up before I buy another one. This will take me a year to go through because I really only use it to set my under eye, and this is not even halfway used yet. And then for my face, the powder, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury powder. I need to get another one of these. I've been putting it off. It's no fun buying the necessities, you know what I mean? Like having to buy new foundation or new concealer. I mean, especially if you're the kind of person that uses the same, you know, concealer or powder, it's no fun. At least that's how I feel. Unless I'm buying like a brand new foundation I've never used before, but it's not really that fun to me. So like the thought of having to buy another one of these, it's more of like a necessity now than a fun purchase. Does that make sense? But this is hands down my favorite powder. All right, and then for bronzer and highlight, I'm going to use this, the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. Start with the bronzer first. I always go into my hairline. I really like this. I really like this little duo a lot. I find myself reaching for this more than any of my other bronzers. And I just put this on the top of my cheekbones. I don't contour with it. I don't feel like this is a very, I don't know. I guess maybe it could be. Just when it's on, it doesn't look as sort of like ashy or cool toned, in my opinion. It's definitely not like using this. The little Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. There's a huge difference. As you can see, this one's a little more yellow, a little more cool, I think. But I like this Charlotte Tilbury because it's, I don't know, I just feel like it looks nice on my skin. And then for the rest of my face, I've been trying to use this up. This is my little NARS Laguna. It's almost dead, see there? But there's enough in there to use. And I'm gonna do my forehead with this and a little bit along my jaw. And I just use this lightly. I don't go too heavy. I prefer a more bronzed look than a contoured look. So I'm not particularly detailed or precise with this. I just kind of plop it. And I will take this down my neck just a little bit. And if you wear your hair up a lot, do your ears, and don't forget to go back here because most of us don't have hair that grows all the way up behind your ears, so you need it to match. So don't forget to go back there too. And then highlight, just gonna go into the highlighter in this little palette here. And lately what I've been doing with my highlighter, I've been a little more sort of subtle with it. I haven't been going overboard. So basically what I do is I just turn the brush like this, and I've just been pushing it at the highest point of my cheek, which is here. I haven't been taking it back. So just here. And then what I do is I just take my brush and I kind of pat it over where I put the highlighter. So you can still see it, you know, but I feel like once you sort of go in and tap over the top with your brush, it's a little more on the subtle side. I don't know, I could be wrong, that's what I think. And then eyebrows, I'm gonna take a little bit of wax. I've been doing this a lot lately, and I know some people are probably gonna think, what the heck is the reason for that? But I've been putting a little bit of wax on, and then combing it through. And then I take my pencil. This is the, I really don't like this, but obviously I'm using it because I have it. It's the Anastasia Brow Definer. I prefer the smaller one, the Brow Wiz. And so what I've been doing is filling in my eyebrows that way. I don't know, the extra wax just gives the pencil a little bit more slip. Wow, Sam is going off on that rawhide. I just kind of lightly fill them in that way and then comb through. All right, so I don't think I'm gonna put anything along the lower lash line. I'm kind of digging the way it looks with everything just along the top. You can always add some along the bottom if you want it to be extra smoky. But what I am going to do is sharpen my pencil here because it needs it. And I'm gonna go into this outer corner and just go along the lash line and make sure that everything is filled in. Also, I kind of like the variation in purple because once I added the eyeshadow to smudge out the liner, it took a little bit of that sort of purple metallic look away. So I'm just gonna add a little bit back in. I think I'm gonna keep this all matte because originally I was gonna add a little bit of an inner corner highlight that had like a little hint of shimmer. But I think what I'm gonna do is just go into this white right here. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of the white and this off-white and just kind of mix them together and see what happens here. I just realized I wasn't zoomed in, so sorry. Yeah, I'm digging that. What do you guys think? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes and put some mascara on, and I will be right back. All right, eyes are done. So mascara, and I also tightline. So for lips, I'm going to use Plum Full Lipstick from MAC, which is a luster finish, so it's got quite a bit of shine to it. And to line, I'm going to use Plum Lip Liner, and this is from MAC as well. Okay, I have to be quick about this because my battery is dead, and I charged it just long enough so that I could come back and show you guys the finished look. And I wanted to stand in front of the window so you could see it in natural light. So I like the lips with this look here. I sprayed my face with a little bit of the Morphe setting spray. I like this because it's a very fine mist and it really does take that powdery look down. A lot of sprays do that too, but I just like that one because it's a very fine mist. So let me zoom in on the eyes. I like it. I think it looks really nice. And you can see the face and body, it's just very sheer, so you can still see like my, you know, my skin underneath, but it's a little more evened out. I just didn't want anything too heavy because like I said, we're just going out to dinner, we're not doing anything special. But I do like the lips with the overall look. That is it. I hope you guys like the look that I came up with today. It's a little bit different than what I normally do. all mattes, and it's neat, but it's not overly neat, if you know what I mean. So if you guys have this palette, let me know what you think about it. If you recreate this look, please tell me about it. If we're friends on Instagram, take a picture and send it to me so I can see what you came up with. Even if you use different colors and just use the technique, I would really like to see it. So that is it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a great day, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.